Peter Janides, 3 Farmstead
Welcome.
Circle. I still live there. God, I feel like my issue is nothing compared to what everybody else is talking about. I came down here tonight to personally thank each and every one of you, Bob, Carl, Charlotte, Cynthia, Donna's not here, Gina, Joey B's not here, Joe, Kelly, and Laurie, and Mike, for all the efforts and help that you did in fixing the impending swamp forest being formed behind my property line. Oh, wait a minute, I made a mistake. None of you, not one of you, has done a damn thing about it to rectify the problem. Look, I know the Board of Ed and the Town Council at times have to make difficult and controversial decisions. I understand why most of these decisions are made. I was part of the Board of Ed for a long time. I understand why these decisions are made. I know your decisions are made in what you think are in the best interests of the town of Enfield. I realize some of your decisions may cost lots of money, especially after hearing you today. Or, as in a recent decision, many believe cost the town a lot of money. And as hard as it is for people to believe, especially people who pay attention to these meetings, I know, or at least I hope I know, that none of you take your marching orders from your party chairmen. Now, I'm asking this council to make a small decision, nothing like what these people are asking for, at a minimum cost. I'm no engineer, but I do know there are some ways to easily and at a very little cost to rectify the problem behind my property. You can fix the channel where the water comes underneath my property and empties out in the corner of my property into the basin. All the water that comes down there is from the cul-de-sac. Every drain comes into the one right that goes underneath my house. Or not my house, my property. And then there's an outlet, an overflow outlet that never gets the water. The water just sits there. This basin retains and holds all the water, primarily because of the low water table and the poor workmanship in the channel when it was originally constructed. This is a costly way of solving the problem. Now for some quick and simpler solutions, you could connect where the water comes out of the piping with some plastic piping like I see all over town that's being put under the roads, and then have that water carried all the way to the overflow outlet, just running the pipeline. It wouldn't solve the problem totally, but it certainly would help an awful lot. Or you could connect the piping to where the water comes out of the sewer and add about 30 or 40 feet, then put an elbow in it and run another pipe, maybe at 30 feet, to the center of the basin where the water already collects. It's already a swampy area in there, and there's a forest area in there. And then you could just let the water sit there as it gets sucked up into the earth or evaporates. Now, this whole basin thing has gotten to the point where it has gotten because the town never did any maintenance on it for 25 years, which is what it was supposed to do. They just let it sit there. And finally, I think the cheapest and easiest way to rectify the problem is simply build a berm. Can't be any simpler. Using trap rock that the town already has, or that ground-up road tar that the town already has, build a 2-foot berm. Run it the length of that channel that's already been destroyed and is non-existent. This would help stop all the water from the entire cul-de-sac from collecting behind my home and my property. And if I still have a couple times, just
30 seconds. Go ahead.
The opera house players, make a commitment to the arts. You're making a commitment to everything else. I mean, geez, that seems like common sense. The mask mandates. I would say when the legislature says that the masks are no longer required or it's up to the local authorities, that both you and the Board of Ed get together and stop the kids wearing those masks. And then finally, with the last lady who spoke, I hope somebody, the Board of Ed, and even the town council, you'll look at what's going on in our curriculum as far as CRT, equity, and sexuality. Thank you very much.
Thank you.